Well, good late evening. It is 11:05 here in the deep piney woods of East Texas, and it is October the 7th. It's a Monday. Hope everybody's doing well. It's been quite an active day out there in the neighborhood, to say the least. Trump's pulled everybody out of Syria. Now, when you say everybody, I believe there's only like 50 or 100 people over there. But there are so many tentacles running down through that deal, and if you happen to decide to ride with us here on this journey we're taking, it's an educational journey, no question about it. It's going to be the game of life, and it will be where we're all going to be teachers and we're all going to be students at the same time. We all will come up with our own little amount that we'll call it our tuition. We'll throw that in there, but what we're going to do is we're going to convert that into little bitty denominations like pennies. And so your tuition will be how to support people that you've been watching and you've been gaining value from all the content they're putting out there, all these shows we listen to. Like I'm sitting here right now listening to Clyde Lewis. He's got a hell of a good show going. But in the past, you can only buy so many T-shirts, hats, mugs, and things like that. But we still know that they have value. And going through all the rigmarole to get to a PayPal, to do that is they lose so much from people like you and I that would like to support them, but it's just too cumbersome, or I can't afford a hat every month, or what have you. And so what we are doing is we're going to start a platform where people can flip a penny, nickel, dime, or a quarter while they're watching or listening to Clyde. Now, Clyde's also these shows like Clyde Lewis right here. He does call-ins, and you can go to his show and you can click on the little title right here, and it will bring up another page, and he writes a monologue every night. I have a very slow internet. It might take a while for it to come up, but there it goes. And this is a monologue that Clyde writes. It's just intriguing just to go, there's Clyde right there. That's old Clyde. Met him several times. Wonderful fellow. Beautiful wife, JD. She broadcasts over on the Fringe FM platform. You ought to go over and listen to her on Wednesdays, I believe. Mm-hmm. Anyway, Clyde writes these with his staff, and they're talking about the Joker now and how we're living in a clown's world. Now, the way his style, you'd have to get to know Clyde. Now, that'll be my role. I'm going to teach people not only what they need to look for and become critical thinkers, to stand up and look beyond the headlights. They're building stuff by our emotions that they're firing up. We're causing them to be able to build beyond our headlights. We're riding into a damn hornet's nest, people. So we're going to take a little look at how we're thinking, how much we're thinking, because where attention goes, energy flows, and that is the seed of manifestation. But I'll talk a lot about that stuff in this little educational course of the game of life, so to speak. But where I gain most of my value is like I'm listening to Clyde. He had someone call in a while ago. There's nuggets of value, nuggets of intelligence out there and information that these people on shows like Clyde's, and people making comments over on Rex Bear's Leak Project. Joe Roop has people call. All these people that have call-ins, and or they put on a show. If they will become a member of our little group of people who are banding together, I'm gonna call it the CIA. That's the Citizens Intelligence Agency. CIA. Make a cute little logo, and we'll brand that thing, and it'll become very well known. But look, there's people out there right now that's starving to death, but they're damn good researchers, and if they could find a forum like what I'm going to be creating, a little platform called the Rabbit Hole Herald, where people can they can go post something that they know about what Clyde's talking about, or hear Clyde going and they want to support Clyde, they'll be able to go to the rabbit hole, put up something about Clyde's show, mention Clyde in their little content, and then all the rest of us that are looking for value and appreciate that when we gain value, we want to show our appreciation for the work that they did in gaining that value. When we see that little person who's struggling comes up with something damn prophetic I'm talking about. The next is Jason Witt or whoever, whatever the case may be, that kind of thing. But we would be able to show our appreciation to that person who never would have been able to be heard or seen ever. And it's a beautiful thing that we've come up with. Subscribe to this channel right here. Down there, if you're not a member already or a member of this channel I've got going on here, you'll see a little red button right down here below. Click on that red button and then you'll become a member or follower here on YouTube. And I do these things as the Spirit moves me. And I'm going to talk a little bit about that here in a second, about what I think is going on today. But anyway, down here below, hit subscribe and the little bell on the right. Click on that bell, and what that will do is will notify you when the Spirit moves me. And in the future, we're going to be having live conference calls, and when that Spirit moves me, or on a regular scheduled time, we will be able to meet on a conference line. And if someone calls in on a topic that we're discussing, and they're a member of our little group, which will be most likely named the Silent Supporters Society. It could be another name as we finalize it. And I'm waiting on the code to get finalized, and then we're going to launch this sometime in this month, hopefully, in the month of October. And it's really designed to help the citizens out there learn more about our government, about what's going on. People's all concerned. They can come here. They can get information from other people. They can pose a question. We can answer. The comments that come out are going to be the comments that we all watch. And if someone makes a real good comment about a question someone asked, ba-boom, they're going to get some tips. And so these are tokens of appreciation. So all you got to do is sign up over on our little website. When we finally get it up, let me pause here a minute. I'm going to show it to you. Okay, Clyde has really got a good show going right now. Clyde Lewis over on Ground Zero. This is just a backdrop that we threw in there just to have something up there. We're going to change the font. We're going to make this real pretty. Talk all about what we're doing. This is a place that you can register in the future. I'll let you know. Be sure to hit the little button down here and subscribe. You'll be on top of that. Now, we created this thing, and this platform and everything that's going along with it, you could buy a couple Bentleys with what it costs. Basically, me and a couple other folks to do. This is inside. This is just a test, a little page. And see, it's just like this is a YouTube video. Yeah, you can post videos.
That is what makes summer best.
So you can post videos here. You can post here and then post over on YouTube. You've got all these little icon deals here, just like on all the others. We created a Facebook here and a Twitter kind of combined. Now, instead of where it says like or comment over there on those others, it's going to say penny, nickel, dime, quarter, which would be 1, 5, 10, and 25. That's your little pennies, our internal currency that you can tip somebody. Like if you like this guy, whoever it is here, not Ryan, that's just his name, but on this video, and he was a member of the Silent Supporters, and you saw him here on the Rabbit Hole Herald, then you could actually tip that person direct. It goes directly to them. Doesn't stop, no fees to do this. And so, this is exactly the same as you'd see on Facebook or what have you. A lot of these aren't hot yet, but timelines and all that this is just a test here. So this is going to go live, and it's going to be the Rabbit Hole Herald. So we're real proud of that. Back over here on this other, it's we're living in a very, 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 very strange world, and I'm sure you'd quickly agree. And just right over here on Drudge Report, and also John B. Wells has a news outlet as well. I can show you that. But this is absolutely bizarre. If you really knew the story behind Syria 7 years ago, whenever that whole thing started, when he was a gynecologist over at the White House having dinner with the president, and 3 weeks later he's a pedophile and he's killing his kids with sarin gas. That deal was not happening by that boy. And it was all really about a pipeline that runs on the eastern border of Syria over there that was going to be a conduit for Russia going to Turkey on down to Europe. but the U.S. didn't want that to happen. So, I'm not saying the U.S. From this point forward, when I say the U.S., I'm talking about that upper tier that are loyal to no nation. They're the global bankers, if you will, globalists. Y'all are calling them, or some people call them the dark, the dark something. A deep state, but it's actually just a group of financiers that have gone completely crazy. They are living in such a world that they're screwed up in the head. I mean, pedophiles, the whole gambit. But it's time for the Golden Head boy is looking like he's going to be turning the tables. But over here, this Syrian thing is an absolute. If you knew the real deal, what Trump is doing, I'll call it the sovereigns, the patriot side, and then you got the bankers and the globalists. What they're actually trying to do is unravel the global financial system called the SWIFT, and it is headed up there in Basel, Switzerland. The BIS, the Bank of International Settlements, is coupled to the World Bank and the IMF, the International Monetary Fund. I know a little bit about this stuff, and what I want to do is I want to bring these things out in a forum that's just us sitting on a 5-gallon bucket down by the river chewing the fat. But I have to incorporate a way that you folks can make a revenue stream out of this. Okay? I'm going to give the whole platform to the world. Okay, there's going to be, but I have to have a means by which you people can benefit financially from getting the word out, because I need to get to 1 million minds. A 1 million mind movement is what I'm talking, looking to have. This is what I'm talking about, 1 million mind movement. Imagine this. We get 1 million people. Just think of this. This is doable. This isn't some crazy talk I'm having here, for God's sake. Medium, where people post their content. They've got going on 8 million people right now. And all their members throw $5 in a kitty, and then they'd have a little tapping deal where they run it through some sort of analog. Who knows who's getting their fair shake, because it goes outside from peer to peer. I'm talking peer to peer. But if we had 1 million people collaborating on a question, we pose that question to 1 million people. People are making their comments on the rabbit hole. We see those of great value. 1 million people seeing one comment made by somebody upstate, wherever, out in the woods or in a penthouse, wherever, it doesn't matter. They make that comment. 1 million people see that and give that person a dime. That's $100,000, people. $100,000. Let's wake up and smell the roses. We have the answer right here in front of us. So anyway, this deficit thing, we'll talk about what if we don't have debt, if this country does not create debt, continuously building on it, that we can never pay back, that all we do is create more currency in the form of digits to be able to create the money supply, because the more money you put in the supply, the more stuff's going to cost. So we've got to get off of this centralized banking system that works off a debt-based society. It isn't going to work. There's enough people making stuff and selling stuff on the whole blue planet to pay back the United States government's debt. Period. End of discussion. So those that really know that this little party is coming to an end, as well as Mrs. What's her name here, Mon. She's getting caught because she married her brother, and this is chaos. This is absolutely unbelievable that we're living through, people. Look at this. Iman Omar files for divorce from husband. Amar Iraz, that's her damn brother. And she's got caught literally with her pants down with her brother, and they've had babies. And she's in the Senate, and they're fixing to lob her little self right on up out of there, which is a good thing, people. It's a good thing. And so the rest of the world's going crazy. Clyde's over there right now to my left talking about this Joker deal going on here. Let's see what else we got happening here. That's just a joke. All this is a joke. What's not a joke is you better start finding a way to stack up a bunch of reserves. I'm talking about cash, the whole 9 yards. And I'm not pumping no apocalypse or anything, but this whole deal here, we're walking on rice paper. You know, you get one Walmart anywhere USA that goes shelf dry, and all of them are going to go shelf dry. I hate to say this stuff, but you better stack up some cash, and that's exactly why I'm creating this thing here, so that a lot of people that wouldn't have an opportunity. I need help. I need to get to 1 million minds, and so there's a little system I've got here. If you help me, I'll help you, and we get to 1 million minds. Once we get to 1 million minds, we can make a big difference when we learn how to critical think and make rational decisions based on facts, not just reacting to what you see on the damn TV. And remember, where attention goes, energy flows. That's the seed of manifestation. They are guiding the sheeple who are not aware of what's happening. The basic mind control that Edward Bernays taught the people way back when. It used to be called propaganda. Now it's called public relations. All that crap. All this advertising stuff is a means by which to control the human being. Period. End of discussion. Bottom line. So once you get through going through a lot of these little talks that we're going to have, and other people are going to come on, and we're going to be supporting all of those people out there like Clyde and like Rex Bear with Leak Project, and Joe Roop and John B. Wells and Clyde Lewis, and the list goes on of these folks that I'm following. And you've got other people that gives out good value. You can bring it to the table. We'll look at their content. When they have good content, we're going to give a token appreciation to the host itself, the guests they have on there, and anyone that calls in that gives value. We're going to dust them. We're going to sprinkle a little bit of value on them instantly, from you to them, peer to peer. Boom, done. No analog, no computers, no fees. This is my gift back to the world. It took a lifetime of not so much of the good side of doing business, but from that I've been able to mold something that I know damn good and well works, and there ain't a damn thing that they can do about it, because I've created this thing inside of Caesar's law. Everything is inside of Caesar's law. Is it powerful? You damn right it's powerful. Will it work? Yes, it will work. How do I know that? Because they're using it against us now, and we're too damn blind to understand what kind of accounts payable system we work under. But I'm going to show you, and we're going to reverse that very system and aim the value back at us rather than at them. Amen, Brother Ben. Shot a goose and killed a hen. Listen, that's all I got for this evening. Remember, hit that red button down there and subscribe and hit the little bell, and bring as many people as you possibly can to do the very same thing, and then listen to these calls. I'm going to educate you people the best I possibly can. I'm your guide. I'm all you've got. But believe you me, I can get you from here to there. And I mean stacking up more value. And when I say value, that's synonymous with what you call money than you can possibly imagine, but you're going to have to work for it. You're going to have a burning desire to save this country and the way of life that we've got right now. If you've got that qualification, a burning desire, don't you worry about how much money you're going to stack up. It's going to be there. As Daddy used to always say, don't worry about that mule, just load that wagon. Okay, and we'll do the rest. That's all I got for this evening. Go out and have a wonder-filled evening. It is by choice. And I will see you on the flip side. Ramblin' Randy, a.k.a. Jedi One. We down.